I'm sorry, who was gonna tell me? This is a 5-star book. Do I look like it had a happy ending? That mother... Hello everybody, and welcome to probably the only time this video is gonna happen on my channel. We are gonna be reading for 24 hours. Now, I've seen so many different ways that people do this video. You can literally read for 24 hours straight, like not stopping, not sleeping. You can do 12 hours one day, 12 hours the next day, or you can do the timer method, which is the one I did, which is probably the most legit, where you start the timer when you're reading, stop it, you just read until you hit 24 hours, however many days it takes. So that is what I did today. Let's get started. Here we go. Starting off this break of a book. So I feel like I talk about this all the time, but I'm still slumped. Thought of reading a 600-page book. It's like, why did I do this to myself? It's definitely good. However, I'm kind of at like a slow point where I'm just like, this is not helping. We are starting 24 hours. Let's see how long this takes me. So one thing I like about this book is it is multiple POVs, but it's like third person, I think. I don't know. I like that. It goes like one person, one person, one person. But like there's one person in it, I don't really know who they are. Like I understand the purpose of their story, but I don't remember them being introduced in the other books. But it's good. Okay, update. I am on part 2, page 309, so I'm a little over halfway maybe. It's gone super good. Like before, when I was first reading like the first 1 or 2 chapters when I first started, I was like, I don't know, I'm like bored as heck, about to fall asleep. Then I kept reading and it got really good and interesting, so yeah. I'm not sure if I'll read any more tonight, but we'll see. Y'all are literally propped up on a mother truckin' Butterfinger right now. A big part of why I wanted to make this challenge was because I literally have barely been reading lately because of my slump. I'm hoping this will break me out and like force me to get back into reading. Okay, we are ending this night at an hour and 50 minutes at page 352. I definitely feel like the next couple days of this challenge I'll read more in a day, but I just didn't have a chance to sit down and read till like 8 p.m. so like, you know. But yeah, I'm feeling good. I'm about 2/3 way done. Good morning! Today is Saturday, I think. Okay, day 2 of this challenge. I'm hoping to finish this book today. It might be a little ambitious, but we are starting off just under 2 hours. Here we go. I hope you can hear me over the fan that's blowing on the dog right now, but I just wanted to update about how the book is going. So honestly, I am about 400 pages in and like nothing too crazy's happened. Like there's obviously been like little plot things, but nothing like too dramatic. A lot of just like training, preparations, and plotting, I guess. Like it's good, and obviously I love the story, but like there's just not much happening right now. So I can't really update much because obviously it's like the 4th book of the series and like nothing was really happening. Okay, I'm doing an update. I'm on page 404, almost 3 hours in. A big form of conflict was just revealed, and yeah, it's gonna get really ugly. Also, where I'm at, a little part of that is about to happen, so I'm like taking a break to prepare myself. Also, there's something happening in this book that also happened in ACOTAR, and I'm like wondering if it means the same thing, just like a way they are communicating. Like I'm curious to see if I'm right. That mother... Wow, what a terrible person. What? Who does that? Who thinks that that is okay? How could you do that? What? Someone needs to kick his... Anyways. Oh my gosh. We are learning more about Selena's past. Like, we knew like the gist of what happened, but we're hearing the story in depth. Oh honey, I want to give her a hug. I have like 40 to 50 pages left. Let's finish it. Do you ever get like genuinely scared to read what's coming next? Because same. So I'm gonna film it because I'm actually scared of what's gonna happen. Everything just went to crap. Stuff was found out that we knew that if this was gonna get found out, it was gonna get ugly. And it got found out, so it's gonna get ugly. Okay, go off. Go off. I'm like so, I have like tears in my eyes. I'm like so stressed. Okay, way to save. Okay. Oh my god, literally this character has gone through so much crap and he can't catch a break, and oh my god, what I just freaking said, how everything goes to crap for this character. Yeah, it just got 30 times worse for him. Bruh, it just keeps happening. Oh, thank God. We are at 5 hours and 9 minutes. We're doing really good. It took me a long time to finish the like last 2/3 of the book because I read fantasy slower. It's like I have to understand it, you know, and some parts in this I was like still a little confused on, but oh my gosh, oh my god. Good morning, happy day 3, I think. As we saw, I finished Heir of Fire. This book, I think it's gonna get a 4.25. It was so good, but one thing is it did kind of drag a bit in the middle, I feel. So yeah, I loved it. I'm super excited to see where the story goes. This morning I'm feeling super slumped, so I don't really want to read anything, but I'm gonna force myself to. I think I might pick up Our Final Love Song because it's really short. Like, I want something upbeat, happy, but I'm not in the mood to read literally anything, so we'll see. May have to look through a couple books. As for the time, cool. Yeah, it ended, but I took a screenshot, thankfully, because I knew it would. 5 hours and 9 minutes. I guess I'll just have to add them together. Like, bruh. I just knew I screenshotted it because I knew this would happen. Okay, I'm literally on page 24, but this is actually going really good so far. I don't think I've ever read a book where their relationship is like failing and they have to fix it. I've only read where they like first meet and fall in love, so this is super interactive. It's been a long time since I've updated y'all, but here's where we're at. Like I said earlier, it stopped, so I'm at this too, so 8 hours ish. I'm on page 138. Hopefully I wanted to finish this today, but then stuff happened, so Good morning. It is day like 4, I think. This is not going how I wanted it to at all. A little update. Here's the time. 2:40, so it's actually like 8 hours something. I am on page 174 and this book is actually really good. So like I said, they're like kind of in a failed relationship and they go to this like summer camp every summer, and this time when they go to the camp it's the year previous, so they're trying to figure out like, yo, how do we get back to the present, like what's up, and they're starting to kind of figure it out. Really interesting. I actually really like it so far and I'm definitely finishing it today. I wanted to finish it yesterday but stuff came up, and yeah, let's hope this challenge gets over soon. It is time to finish this book. I am on page 259. It has 300 exactly, I think. Here's a time update. So we are actually at about 9 hours technically since it stopped before. I really want to read a fantasy after this, so I think we're gonna start. I don't like reading like parts of series for these vlogs. I feel like I can't really talk about it, what's going on, but I really want to read this, and since I'm in a slump still, I'm gonna read what I want to read. It's update time. I am like exactly where I was when it stopped. I mean the first time. So we're at 10 hours and 15 minutes. As for a book update, page 86, and it is so good so far. Nothing's really happened, but it's still so good and I can't put it down. So I'm gonna keep reading because when stuff does go down, it's gonna be insane. So in books in general, I always love when there's like really good friendships, and in this book, I think in the first book, Assassin's Blade, Lena's kind of like enemies with someone, and she's kind of like forming a friendship with someone, and it's kind of like an unsuspected friendship. So I'm really liking that because I love friendships and like how they worked through their differences. Because I literally was just wondering when this was gonna come up again. Okay, y'all, it's like 9 o'clock and I think I have to be done for the day. Like, I've read probably 400 pages today between this massive chunk I read and then finishing the other book. Here's a time update. So we are at just over 12 hours, which is only halfway. This challenge is actually so hard. I've been like strict to it. Like when I stop reading, I stop the timer. Like this is legit how much I read in 24 hours. So it's cool to see like how many books I'm getting through in pages in times. But yeah, this is super good. It's super interesting. I feel like it's gonna get incredible because there's so much that like needs to happen still that hasn't even really started yet, and I'm so excited to see how it's going. I could literally binge a lot of this tonight, but my eyes are starting to die because I've literally read like 400 pages today, and I can tell you how many hours I've read today. 3.5. That's not even bad. I read for like 3.5 hours today, which like isn't even that much, it sounds like, but when I say I read like 400 pages, it's like holy crap. See you tomorrow morning. Good morning. It's day 5, 6, I don't know. Time update, just at 12 hours, and then on page 225. I'm so excited to keep reading. I freaking love this book. One of my toxic traits is whenever I read like the top of a page and it says, oh my gosh, someone's coming, or oh my gosh, something's gonna happen, I always freaking look at the bottom of the page and look for what they say in the dialogue. And this time they said, oh my gosh, I hear footsteps, something like that. So I'm like, oh, what is this? So I skim down. I got it. So something was just revealed and I'm like, wait, was I supposed to know that? Because I couldn't remember the person's name. But now that I know, I'm like, oh my gosh. It's update time. It is almost 9 o'clock. We are, math, please hold. We are about 14 hours in. As for the book, I think I'm slightly over halfway. Page 352. We're at a really interesting part right now where just like kind of like everyone in Selena's life is together, and we got drama, we got it all. The thing with this series is like I feel like nothing huge has happened so far, like plot wise. Like obviously stuff has happened, but like most of the books nothing huge is happening, like battles, stuff like that, you know? And I'm still loving it because I love these characters. Are you freaking kidding me? This dude ruins everything. I knew he was gonna. Oh my god. I do it all the time. I try and like skim ahead to see something and I read it and then I'm like, oh my god. So much just happened. Update, we are at 15 hours, you guys. I was gonna stop and do some schoolwork, but it got so good, so I couldn't. I don't know if I mentioned this early, but there's like multiple POVs going on, and they just like linked up and combined. So it was super interesting, and I like how it ended. I was a little nervous when it was all happening, because I'm like, oh my gosh. But I feel like it ended in a good way. So let's continue. Hi y'all, update time. We are at almost 16 hours. I'm hopefully gonna sit down and finish this now. I'm so excited. It is so good. Here we go. Here is how you know stuff's about to go down. So before each like perspective was split up in chapters, like one chapter would be this person's perspective, the next would be a different person's, but now in each chapter we're getting different POVs separated just by that. So that's how you know stuff's about to go down. I literally have like 20 pages left. Everything is going so well so far, but I still have 20 pages left, so let's finish the book. Okay, y'all, I finished Queen of Shadows. This is a 5-star book. Tell me how I read a 600-page book in like 2 days. Like what? This was so good. I loved every part of it and I didn't get bored once. 5-star book easily. I don't know what I'm gonna read next because next in the Throne of Glass series is the tandem read of 2 600+ page books, and I'm just not ready to do that. Here are my options. I feel like I'm kind of out of my slump because I like want to read. I feel like this is a top contender. I've been reading this since February. This is an option. I also started this in my slump. I'm over halfway. This is an option. I don't know what to read. I'm between these two. I might try this if it doesn't go well. Yeah, I literally cannot read this freaking book. I'll do something if I've been reading it for almost 6 months. That's just how I read. I didn't know this book was Kindle Unlimited. Oh, I'm reading Divine Rivals. But I didn't know it was on Kindle Unlimited until after I ordered the $18 hardback and got it. Page 32, 9% done. Okay, I thought I'd update and kind of tell you what this book's about. Time update. We are actually at almost 18 hours, which is crazy. I thought this was going by slow, but now that I see the time, I'm actually okay per. I'm on page 42. I'm reading it on my Kindle though because it is Kindle Unlimited. But what this book's about, I think it's YA. I'm not for sure on that, but it is about Iris and Roman, and they both work at the same Gazette type thing, and they are rivals. Iris, she has this like magical wardrobe that she writes letters on and puts them under, and then they get delivered. She thinks she's sending letters to her brother, but they actually get to Rowan. She doesn't know she's sending them to Rowan. So yeah, that's where we're at. It's technically fantasy, I think. There's not too many fantasy elements, but I'm not too into it, so I don't really know. I'm gonna keep reading. It's pretty good so far. And then after I finish this, we should have like an hour or two left in this challenge. So we'll see what I do with that. A quick update. We are like 18 hours in. I'm reading on my Kindle now. I did read the book a bit, the letters they send back and forth. It gets to like a smaller like typewriter font, and on the Kindle it's really small. I don't really use my Kindle much, but look what you can do. And I was like, I don't know what that word is. I freaking tapped the word. Like what? Aww, that's really sad. Okay, this book's actually like so freaking good. I don't know why I wasn't expecting it to be. So something was like brought up earlier in the book, and I'm like, that's interesting. I feel like it's a little bit of foreshadowing, and yeah, I think she's gonna do it. Go off, sis, but it's gonna be interesting. I was just here for the workplace enemies to lovers, but hey, we're getting fantasy. Good morning, happy day like 10 of this challenge. I'm on page 132, 36%. I'm definitely gonna finish this today, hopefully. For a time, we're at 19 hours, I think. But I'm gonna switch over to a physical copy, also look at that, because my Kindle's gonna die and I need to charge it. And I was need to charge my camera battery, so TTYF. There ain't no way what's happening right now in this book is happening right now in this book. Okay, y'all, it's update time. I am on page 294, and this book is so good right now. I cannot stop reading, but unfortunately I have to leave, so I have to. We are deep into the fantasy war right now, and it is crazy, and a lot is happening. Time update, 19 hours, almost 16, no, 20 hours, almost 21 hours. That's crazy. I'm getting down to the end. I'm hopefully gonna finish this after I get back. So I have literally like 3 pages left, and we're at right now. There's no way it can end like this. Tell me this wasn't a simple enemies to lovers rom-com fantasy. When the fork does the second one come out? No, one of the questions. Does Divine Rivals have a happy ending? Do I look like it had a happy ending? Oh my god, why does nothing tell me when the fucking sequel... Come on, Goodreads. This is life or death. Oh my god. Freaking December. What the? I'm sorry. well, I think it's a 5-star read. Why the cliffhanger? Why? What's her name? Rebecca Ross. Rebecca Ross. If you don't send me an arc of this, me and my 100 subscribers will kick your butt. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. Anyway, back to the regular scheduled program. Here's the time update. I think I'm gonna read a bit more a book that I've like continued already. I've already started. I like can't think right now. I'm like processing. I think I'm gonna continue Red Rising. I definitely DNF'd it a little bit, but I know it's like such a widely loved book, so I'm gonna force myself to read it. Update, it is probably day like 10 at this point, but I think I should finish it today. I've been continuing Red Rising, and I've been struggling to get into this book. I'm on page 113. Ugh, I just cannot focus on this book. Like, I can recognize that it's an amazing book, but I just don't know if it's for me. We'll see. I'm gonna force myself to finish it because, so I'm at 17 minutes. I have 2 hours left, you guys. So let's wrap this up. 1 hour left. Here's our time. So since I have 5+ hours on the other timer, I have 1 hour left. As for a book update, page 163, I'm still kind of having a hard time getting into this, and I'm definitely reading it slower than other books because I like space out so much, and I'm like just not focused on it, but I'm really trying because I know it's such a good book. But so as for what's happening, I'm a little confused on like who's who and all that, but basically they are at like this like school thing and they have to go through these like challenges to like win something, and that's really all I got. But yeah, there's actually like a lot that's happened in this book. Like looking back at what originally happened, it's just like, oh my gosh. Okay, I'm definitely starting to get more into it than I have been. We have literally 15 minutes. Wait, yeah, 15 minutes left. The first timer that stopped is 5:09. We have 10 minutes-ish left, you guys. Let's get it done. Challenge complete. It took me this amount of days, and I finally done. I have read that many books, and we are going to talk about them here in just a second. Hello. So it is wrap-up time. So I read like 4.5 books. I think I was partially into Heir of Fire. This book, a 5-star. I love this series so much. This book, it's basically, I feel like it's kind of the turning point in the story. Like everything changes, people learn new things, and our main girl Selena, she goes like away on this journey and she learns a lot, finds herself and all of that in this book, and you meet some new characters who you love, and it was so good. And then before I went into the next book in the series, I needed a little palate cleanser. I needed a quick little read, so I picked up Our Final Love Song by N.S. Perkins, and this is a time-lapse book. Basically, Jamie and Emma, they have been dating for a while, and they're kind of at a rough patch in their relationship, and they go to this camp every summer for music, and when they get to camp this year, they realize that they're actually a year in the past. In that past year, they are together and loving couple, all that. So they basically figure out their relationship issues and kind of like why they went back in time, and it was super good, super quick read. I think I gave it like 4 stars. It was really good, and I actually really liked this. And then I read Queen of Shadows. This one, another 5-star. We love this series. This one was so good. This is probably my favorite so far, where everything happens. It is the start of everything. Well, I mean, everything had already started, but this is the turning point. The turning point where ish goes down. 5 stars. Love this book. Love the characters. Love the characters together. They're dynamic. All the things. And then I read Divine Rivals. Now, I didn't know this was on Kindle Unlimited, so I probably wouldn't have bought the physical copy. Would have read it there first for, you know, free. But I didn't know that, so I bought the copy, and I'm so glad I did because I love this book. Look at that. I really want the special edition now. At first, I was confused because I'd heard this was like fantasy, but I was confused because it wasn't too fantasy-y. Like, there's fantasy elements, but it's definitely more like normal world with fantasy elements. Basically, at this world, the world is kind of in war, and our main girl Iris, she works for this like newspaper, and at that newspaper works her rival Roman. They're rivals, like I said, so it's a little bit of enemies to lovers. Iris has this magic typewriter, and it allows her to send messages through her like wardrobe type thing, and she starts sending letters back and forth with this guy. Doesn't know who he is, but he knows who she is, and it's super interesting. And this story got so freaking good. I was not expecting where it went at all. Like, it got so good. And then by the time I finished that, I had like a couple hours left, and I was in the middle of Red Rising. I think I was on page like 90 to start. I got to page 207, which is pretty good considering how much brain power this book takes. I'm still clearly not done with it, and I haven't made any progress since I stopped this challenge because I just really don't have any desire to pick this book up again. Yeah, but I can recognize that it's an amazing book. This is basically just like a sci-fi world, and like when I look back, I'm like, oh my gosh, so much already happened, and I'm 200 pages in. So this book's just crazy. I don't want to say anything because I went in completely blind, and you should too. So thank you so much, and maybe I can be convinced to do this again. Let me know.